The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
It's our biggest project in an area where we're surrounded by billion-dollar companies, Orano, Cameco, NextGen, Paladin, Denison. So we're kind of, the fact that we have that land position in that area as a company of our size really speaks to the potential and opportunity there.
Welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Sean Hilliger. He is the Vice President of Exploration for Standard Uranium. And Sean, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Doing well, Steve. It's been a big year.
Yeah, it has been. I know you've talked about what's ahead in 2026. We'll get to that in just a second. But let's take a look back at 2025. In the news release, the company basically says it felt it was a very successful 2025.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. We worked multiple projects, a junior company of our size with, the extent of work that we've been doing is pretty impressive. It's nice to see driving exploration and driving value for shareholders. Especially, it speaks to our JV model with partner funded programs and getting boots on the ground. So it was a really successful year getting boots on the ground on a couple of new projects, Brocas and Corvo, finding some high grade mineralization right at surface on those projects. Lots of geophysical programs really setting us up to have fantastic drill targets across multiple projects that we're going to go start testing in 2026. So lots happening and lots to come.
Is the company really differentiating itself by the ability to do all of this work in-house? And I mean that because a lot of companies will buy a project and then they have to go find people to do it. You're in essence setting projects up to continue the work that you're doing as you're already on the projects.
Yeah, that's right. It's a pretty good model that we've built, Steve. Having this team in-house, it allows for consistency of knowledge and work across projects and across programs, which is great. It also allows us to keep, our vendors busy, the geophysical contractors, drilling contractors, working with us all year, which is really great for them. And again, just speaking to consistency and value and the quality of the products that we're producing here, as well as keeping our First Nations partners happy as well. Seeing exploration happen and money come into their areas and being able to build development in those areas. So it is, pretty special thing that we've got going on here with our team in house and keeping everybody working.
All right, let's move ahead now to 2026. And I want to begin with Davidson River because that is your flagship asset, an
Right.
asset that I know is very important to you and for the company as well. 2026 sounds like it's going to be a pretty big year on the project.
Yeah, it's the work that we did in 2025 is going to be a bit of a game changer for us. Coming back, with the work that we've done, we've drilled it a few times. We've had better and better results each time we've gone back there to drill it. That's our flagship property. It's our biggest project in an area where we're surrounded by billion-dollar companies, Orano, Cameco, NextGen, Paladin, Denison. So we're kind of, the fact that we have that land position in that area as a company of our size really
Mhm.
speaks to the potential and opportunity there. And the geology is there, Steve. That's the biggest thing that we're always talking to shareholders about, that, we're kind of right along trend from all those big discoveries, some of which are about to become mines. So we're really excited with what we're seeing there with the surveys that we did with our partners at Fleet Space in 2025, helping us
Mhm.
image the subsurface and come up with these targets that geophysically match a lot of the known deposits in the area. So we're really excited to get back there, get the drills in the ground for the first time in a few years. So myself and our technical team are really excited to start exploring these targets, and they look really exceptional. So really excited. I can't overstate it enough how much we've been working towards getting back there. So really excited for that. That's going to be the biggest program of 2026. We just raised money. We're funded for that program, so that's great. We're going into the new year with cash in the bank, ready to go drill, and then we're doing two other programs as well, which we can talk about.
Yeah, so just so we know, 8,000 meters planned at in the spring at Davidson River. Corvo and Rocas also looking at getting drilling as well in 2026.
Yeah, yeah. So Corvo has seen a little bit of historical drilling, but the last drilling, I believe, happened in 1979 on the project. So this will be the first drill program in more than 40 years there. We've found some new mineralization, confirmed some high-grade historical mineralization there that's never been drill tested. So this will be our first drill program on the project. So we're really excited with that with our partners at Aventus Energy. So we'll be operating that, and they're funding it. So that'll be the first program of the year. We're looking between 2 to 3,000 meters probably on that one as a first pass to start testing these targets that we've identified. We're also doing another geophysical survey across Corvo as well at the end of 2025 here leading into that to really sharpen up our pencils on targeting there. So that'll be the first winter program, and then Rocus immediately after that. So Rocus is really similar to Corvo with uranium mineralization at surface, but that one has never been drilled ever. So we're going to be putting the first holes in that in the Rocus project in 2026 as well. That one will be a similar size, probably around 2,000 meters there as well. So we're back to back to back, pretty much drilling all year. So it's a lot of opportunity or a lot of shots on goal, like we like to say, right, Steve?
Yeah, exactly. Lastly, just really quick, I know you're doing a little bit of work on Sundog as well, just more so geophysical work, right?
That's right. So we did a survey at the beginning of 2025 in the winter, a really extensive gravity survey. We got the results from that back. We haven't 3D modeled it or had some of the other inversions done yet, so we're looking to do that by the end of the year, and then looking ahead to another drill program potentially on that one as well in 2026. So which will also be partner funded. So we have got so many targets to test, Steve. It's pretty crazy. So we're staring down the barrel of at least 3 drill programs in 2026, if not 4. And like I said, for a company of our size to have that amount of work and that amount of discovery potential lined up in a single year is pretty exceptional. So we're really excited.
It's going to be a busy one for sure. We'll be there to cover it. Sean, thanks so much. Good to see you again.
Likewise, Steve, take care and we'll talk soon.
All right, Sean Hilliker, the Vice President of Exploration for Standard Uranium.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.